First things first, you're going to need to wash your hands. My version of tacos or homemade tacos, I am going to chop up some jalapenos. These are fresh from my garden. You can use whatever you have handy. You can use canned, you can use fresh, it doesn't really matter. But I'm just going to chop those up really fine and then add them to my cooking pot. Also going to be using the last bit of cilantro that I had pulled out of my garden for seasoning, and that's also going to go in the pot as well. I haven't turned on the heat yet because I wanted to kind of do a low simmer. I'm just going to add a tablespoon of granulated garlic, and then I'm going to add in my frozen onions that I have chopped up off screen. Just going to add in a little bit of chili pepper seasoning, and then I'm going to let this cook for a little while after mixing it up, just long enough for the onions to kind of cook down. Now that the onions are pliable and I'm able to kind of break them up a bit, I am going to add a little bit of diced tomatoes. You can use fresh or you can use canned. At this point in time, I did not have any fresh tomatoes out of my garden. I do now. But just use what you have. You can use canned. Just make sure to drain it out. I saved all the juice and I put it in my compost bucket. That way I can feed my garden later. And because we like heat, I'm just going to add a little bit of local hot sauce. A little goes a long way, especially with this stuff. And then I'm going to use 2 pounds of ground turkey meat. Just make sure to break it up really good. That way it cooks evenly. I am going to mix some of the sauce that I cooked earlier in with the meat itself. That way it kind of incorporates that flavor. Now I'm going to hit it with a little bit of taco seasoning. That coriander really brings out the flavor and it hides that turkey taste. I'm just making sure that there's no clumps that haven't been broken up yet. I do want this to cook evenly because you do not want to eat raw turkey. Just going to set that lid askew and let it cook off some of that juice. After adding in a little bit of salt and pepper, I'm going to go ahead and mix it a little bit more, and then I'm going to let it set and rest and kind of simmer. And a little bit of what we did earlier, we're going to go ahead and make sure it's mixed up real good. I'm making sure that there's no burnt bits at the bottom, and then I'm just going to let it set for a little while and let it simmer. After you let it simmer for a while, you're going to go ahead and plate it up. I did add some refried beans to the base of my tacos. I'm doing soft tacos. It's just however you like it or what your preferences are. This is how I like it, so this is the way that I'm going to do it. There you have it, super easy, super tasty. After 20 minutes, you have a pretty good meal. If you have extra, you can freeze it and eat it later. If you liked the video and found it useful, please hit the like, subscribe, and share the video. It helps a whole lot, and I hope to see y'all next time.